Shit, man. I found a few moments to kind of squeeze in. I have a lot of shit going on my end, but I was like, let me go check in and see what's going down on this side of town.
Hell yeah, I appreciate the
Yeah.
time for sure.
Yeah, brother. How you doing? You doing all right?
Pretty good, pretty good. How you been?
Yeah, you got your good, man. Stocking up on my rations, my bottled water, man. Fucking that recession about to hit like a motherfucker, bro.
I know that's what they're saying.
Oh yeah, I hope this is what you were this is what you were talking about, right? The end of the world. Let's go, baby.
I know. Yeah.
So, so this is what I think we should do. We should take over the Walmart over in Hutto,
Oh shit.
or around Rock. We can gate off everything and keep out the losers.
Dang.
Take their wives.
Shit. Start a combine or
uh,
whatever the fuck they call it.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. We're about to do a what is it? That Waco, that the Branch Davidians. Uh, but yeah, bro, man, it's getting wild out there, bro. This is. It was quiet for the last couple years, right?
uh, yeah, because there was COVID, and then I feel like everyone was just ready to get back to normal, and we were all just chilling.
You
So
know,
it was kind
this
of calm. Yeah.
all this is going on is. You ever had that issue where you're like, I'll just put it behind and I'll put it under the rug. Nobody's gonna see it,
Mm,
or I'll worry about it later. Like this is your late your past due bill is showing up right now.
it's coming due. Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
think all those payments, cause that like I feel like I said this a lot, but maybe not that much online. But like all that money that came out during COVID, it just like it's causing some of this inflation. Maybe not totally, but like all that free money came from somewhere, and now like you said, it's coming due.
Welcome to 2024. Oh yeah, baby. Yep,
I don't
yep.
want
We got
anymore.
assassination attempts. You got like rigged elections. You got
Biden dropping
stock
out.
market. Bro, oh, what?
You
You
think it's
mean you
a you
didn't
think
see
that means
that,
it's rigged or what?
bro? Come on, man. I don't even know who's running this country anymore, dude. I feel like it's a circus at this
I'm running
point.
this
Like,
country. I've been behind the scenes the whole
bro,
time.
man, I swear, dude. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me go. Let me watch the Democratic convention and see what's going on. What do I see? Meg the Stallion popping that coochie. I'm like, oh hell no, bro.
Oh man,
This
yeah, it's
this is
wild.
a weird. This is not real life, bro. This can't be the planet we're on,
What should I wish for? Anything can happen now.
bro. I'm telling you. So we got this going on, right? And then on this side, you got Iran getting ready to bomb the hell out of Israel. And then on this side, you still got Ukraine. Oh yeah, by the way, we just sent over a nice little fat stipend to them. I mean, dude,
It's no more.
bro, I'm ready for this planet just to blow up. Like, let's
What
just
would
get out of
Kobe
here, dude.
say?
Oh, Kobe, bro, Kobe.
Don't pass, just
I
shoot.
well, yeah, man. I don't know, dude. So I know I kind of interrupted your thing
Oh,
about
all
the
good though.
assassination. So here's my theory, right?
Uh huh.
So clearly, this was an inside job, bro. Clearly,
Josh
this
Esparza
is
is saying it's an inside job.
this is an inside job,
Boy, I
bro.
could have used your help. We haven't talked about it a lot at work, but actually today I was talking to Donnie about it, and man, I could have used your help. Uh,
Bro, this stinks so bad. Like this is obvious, bro. This is worse than WWE like storylines. Like
what
anybody could have saw that shit.
what stinks to like what's take me through it from your point of view. What I mean, I'm sure you've been talking about it a lot, but tell the people and tell me we haven't really caught up on it.
So, ooh, I want to say it was maybe about 2 weeks before the assassination attempt, right?
Okay.
There's this channel. I don't know if you're familiar with the Sky News Network, but it's over in Australia.
Okay.
Okay. And I like to get my news source from outside of America because I always like to get my perspective on the outside, right? Because
That's good.
I have
Yeah.
friends in New Zealand, I got friends in the UK, and I'm always like, tell me what y'all see us. Like, give us your perspective from, and y'all like,
Yeah.
and they're like, y'all are crazy. Like, this is literally a Jerry Springer show on steroids. So I'm like, okay, I can get with that. I can subscribe to that. But 2 weeks prior to when Donald Trump's assassination attempt, there was celebrities, people that were plotting that even openly discussed the assassination on Donald Trump. I'm gonna send you this link. I should have sent it to you earlier, but this video was like 2 weeks prior to the shooting, and people were like, "You need to take action now." Would be the they were begging Joe Biden, "You need to take out Donald Trump. Like he's a threat to our democracy." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, they've
Two
been
weeks
saying some
before,
stuff
bro.
like that though, right?
2 weeks before, and where was ABC? Where was NBC? Where was CBS with this? Nobody was talking about how
He's been saying that
people.
danger. He's a danger to our democracy.
Yeah, but people were literally like, "Dude, like you gotta, you have Joe Biden, please kill Donald Trump." Like they were saying that, and like video, this and celebrities over in the
Celebrities,
UK were
yeah.
saying this. So then, of course, this happens, and all of a sudden, it was a shocker. Now, now here's where the kicker is, right? If I had some bad news or some like life threatening, like holy shit, this is gonna go down, right?
Right.
I'm telling somebody immediately. And I know they told the police, and then the police were to inform the, or supposedly, I don't know how that happened, but the police and the secret security, or yeah,
Hey
Secret
Josh,
Service,
my walkie talkies are out of batteries. Are your walkie talkies working?
bro, they had zero communication between them two.
I broke it down in my other live stream, and then I was gonna talk about in this video we might watch. But yeah, they were like looking at him. They saw him for 20 minutes. They took a picture. I mean, it's just
Bro,
like,
nobody did a damn. You know what? If I'm gonna do this, if I saw a gunman, I'm throwing shit at him. I'm gonna throw a rock. I'm gonna
I
pelt him with anything that
mean,
I can. Like nobody did. All they did was stand there with their phone like this, and they were just like, "I'm gonna get this guy," and that was it. Now, granted, a few people did say, "Hey, he's up there," blah blah blah, and the police was like,
yeah,
"Who? What?
yeah.
What?"
Where?
No. Yeah, for real. Dude, I'm sorry, man, but this made us look so weak.
And then, yeah, man. To man, yeah, the fact that he shot that far with no scope, only hit his ear, not nothing else, or didn't miss him completely. And then here's the thing that is pretty undeniable, but it's when Trump didn't have any blood on his hand or his clothes at all. So it's like this thing hit your ear and it was a big deal and all this. Was it really? It's like I don't know. It's just it's real weird.
I'll say this. I'll say this, man. This was this was one of the most interesting elections I've ever seen. The only one that I can think of that was relatively, actually two. One was with when, who was it that beat out Bernie Sanders? Was it Barack? No, it was Biden. Biden beat out Bernie Mac,
He gets
Bernie
beat out every
Sanders.
time. Bernie Mac.
But hold on. Oh, those fucking kids. But what was it? So he beat up Bernie Sanders, but it was like a rigged thing that Russia had interfered with the election, yada yada yada. Then it was in 2000, the year 2000. I don't know if you remember this, but Al Gore was running against George W. Bush,
Yeah.
and there was these hanging chads back in the day. It wasn't a digital thing; you had to like kind of hand do their thing, and there was like chads that were like missing, and so they wanted a recount. Those two elections stick out to me as far as like uh what controversial, if you will.
Yeah.
This shit right now, dude, is a fucking
Next level.
it's a dude. This is not even, it's not even earthly. Like you can't even put this in the movie. So here's my prediction. Okay, so, and I hate to even say this, and because I feel like I'm manifesting it, but I'm gonna say this right now as we're
Yeah.
recording. She's gonna win.
Kamala.
And the yes,
I
and
heard someone say that.
the only reason I can say that she's gonna win is because it would be to everyone in the that's holding a seat in the political realm, if you will, would
Hmm.
benefit off of her because Donald Trump doesn't fuck around. He shuts shit down. The moment anything is like, nah, this doesn't seem right. I'm gonna go ahead and da. Even if it's against people's policies, like, oh, he's like borders closed, this and that
Yeah.
done. We're cleaning house. Kamala, she's a little snake, and
She
so
just blows with
people
the
that,
wind.
bro, like, and
She
there was a
blows.
video.
She blows the wind. She blows like the wind.
Yeah, For real, dude. I'm telling you.
She'll huff and
But
she'll
I
puff
can.
and she'll suck your governor.
Oh shit. Yeah, she like I said, man, she's just I saw this not too long ago. There was, I think it was her running for presidency, or maybe she was already vice president, but they asked her, "So, what is your plan with inflation? Like, with everything going on, like, obviously there's a rise in inflation. Like, what is your—"
Yeah,
And she just uh,
too quiet.
uh so inflation is not real. Like, she just, like, she was talking to a third grader, and she
How
had,
can that
and
be
by the way,
real?
she didn't answer the question. She went around it. So, you know,
It's just like hard to believe that they can't give an answer that even me or you could just kind of like fake up at the time. Like
they're
just
salesmen, bro.
anything,
That's all they are.
anything.
They're
They're not even
snakes.
selling anymore.
No,
Have you
dude.
seen the video of Kamala where she's like, "I love you, Joe," and he's like over
Oh
the
god.
phone, and he's like,
Dude,
"I'm
sound like
watching
his
you,
dentures
kid.
weren't in.
I'm
you
watching
mean
you,
that?
kid."
You mean that pre-recording video that they got of him?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying.
Bro,
I'm not
he.
going anywhere.
Yeah, right, bro. He's been dead, bro. Like, he's literally a marionette. What do you call him? A marionette
Just
puppet.
a
Just
puppet, yeah.
so. But again, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden right now dead silent as the stocks are like just plummeting. I'm like, this would be a good time for you to, like, hey, you know what, guys? I'm running for president. I know
Don't wait
things
for
look,
it. Yeah, no.
no, things are looking weird, but do not worry. Working on it. No, they don't have a plan of action. They literally do not. What they're like, it's really scary to think. So, like I said, this is a shit show, and it's
We need a
embarrassing.
hero. What are your thoughts
Dude,
on Trump? Put not. How do I want to phrase this? So you think why do you think Kamala's gonna win? Let me start there.
because she's the underdog. She's the underdog in this situation.
But
Even
let
though
me
she's already,
well let me ask you
yeah.
this:
Go ahead.
if you think that the Trump thing is like, and this whole thing is like WWE and like stage more or less, why do you? I mean, is she really the underdog, or she just want? Is she the one that the system wants so they can just control her?
It's both.
Hmm.
It's both. And the thing is for her, you know, she's looking like the underdog in the sense that she's coming in last minute. She has no, I mean, most people that are running for presidency have been doing their shit for the last 2 years in preparation for what's to come. And
But
so
you don't think the fact
literally
that she's kind of like Hillary, the fact that she is like you said, just jumping in late, and the fact that Trump has this fucking assassination attempt that has everyone like on his side, you don't think
mhm.
he's just gonna steamroll it?
No. I think initially he did. I think the assassination attempt won him that presidency. And in doing that, Joe Biden just looked weak. I mean, on top of that, he was
What do you
already
mean
he
it
was
won him
gone
the
for
presidency?
had
Oh,
Joe
against
Biden had
Biden, I see. But you're saying
yes,
Kamala, it's a
yes.
new deal.
Now it's like now it's
Why?
fresh blood. Well, because now, well, one, she's half his age, right? So she's already looking like the younger candidate.
But we're seeing how
She's
terrible
already,
she is.
well, I mean, some people see it in a different perspective, right? Like,
Hmm.
people, but she has the experience, right? So she's already been in office, so she knows what she's doing. So people are feeling better, like, oh well, if she's already running it, then all she has to do is take the driver's seat. Now,
Hmm.
me personally, I can't really think of one thing that she's done for this country that's just stood out. Most vice presidents really don't do shit.
She's the anti-Hawk Tua.
Well,
That's
clearly,
what our country's
clearly,
best at, fucking and buying stuff.
I don't know, man. Maybe she's the best candidate for that. I mean, she worked her way to the top.
Yeah. Putin
But
don't want none of that though.
oh man, nah, nah.
He said to the we
He
don't want
doesn't
like
like.
roast beef.
You look horse. No. But
I don't like
yeah, like
Jamaica.
no, she's not. Remember, she's
She's a
what is it?
ragtime gal.
She's Indian. She's Indian.
She's a
She's Indian, and then
she's got a
what
little
is
bit of
it?
everybody in her.
That's what I love about Donald Trump. He's like, now she's black. The way that he
Yeah.
said it, I was like, damn, he put a real emphasis on. I didn't know she was black.
Yeah.
But here's my thing, like, and you know me, dude. I'm not necessarily a big Trump guy. We've talked about this several times. I really don't really care for him, but he's the lesser of the two evils that I can that I'm like, well, you know, I'd feel it. I recall when he was president, and I felt a little bit more comfortable. My gas tank was really appreciative of it, and my fridge was looking a lot more fuller than it did that it does now.
Yeah.
Um, and so, like I said, with Joe Biden, like Joe Biden's on,
I
he's
feel
on
like a
cruise
lot of people are
control.
feeling that too, though. A lot of people are not happy with the economy. I mean, it's hard not to be.
Dude, come on, man. Like, serious. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Here's the thing.
the,
It sounds cute for these Andrew Tates of the world and even Fresh and Fit who I watch, and there's probably other people that are more well known. It's cute to say step your grab yourself by your bootstraps and step it up and work and blah blah. But the hard truth is it's good to work hard for your money. Fuck yes, and everyone should do that. But not everybody can be rich. Period.
mm-mm.
So when the middle man or the middle class or the everyday man is finding it harder and harder to get by, it's like, who's gonna run the fucking country?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
know, what's funny too is like I forgot which consensus it was or what data it came from, but there was a statistic that showed that most Democratic officials that hold position in office, like where they live, is richer than their counterparts and the Republican folks.
mm,
The Democratic people that are like holding higher positions in authority
yeah,
make more money
then their
and live in
constituents.
nicer
Yeah,
than
yeah, for sure.
not their constituents but their counterparts, because everybody's
What
like
do you mean their
Republicans are
counterparts?
like
Oh, the
Republicans.
Republican people. Yeah, they live nicer than the
Yeah.
Republicans. Okay, yeah, yeah,
Everyone thinks that Republicans are like these money hungry,
yeah.
all these, but it's like no, it's
The
actually the
Democrats.
opposite of it.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, man, as far as kind of what's going on, I predict that she's going to win the election, and it's going to be super tight. It's going to be, and you can even put this down on video.
Well,
I
it's
think it's
on
going to come
video.
down to, it's going to come down to one state. It's going to come down to one state,
Hmm.
and if I had to guess, it's going to be either like Michigan or Georgia.
Florida's another good one, but that's because that's the one that Gore and all that. But you said Georgia or Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
I think it's gonna come down to one state, and it's gonna be. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be completely a
Yeah.
landslide, but I feel like when Kamala first came on the scene, there was a lot of like cocky people that were on the Trump train, like, oh yeah, we got it in the bag, Kamala, this and that, and I think they underestimated her, not her who she is or whatever, but I think the amount of influence she has on, well, dumbasses.
What
We'll
about
just
the
say
debate?
that.
Because Kamala side's pushing for a debate, but I think that's like a trap. Trump's gonna, even if the format is similar, which I like, and I think a lot of people like to the last one where it's timed and your mic's cut off. That way you can't just interrupt and add homonyms. Uh, I still think Trump a debate helps him by far because we've seen, like you said with Kamala, they ask her a few questions about anything with any kind of depth, and she's just like, I mean, Trump, I feel like would steamroll her in a debate, and it feels like they're suckering her into. Because I've heard reports from Kamala's camp that they're like they're the ones pushing for a debate. They're like, oh, Trump's scared now or what? It's like, yeah, right. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
no,
so,
I put it to you this way: Donald Trump is a very calculated guy. He's
bro.
he's a he's a very calculated guy.
Have you seen your? I don't know. Did you ever watch Kill Tony?
Yes.
There was one with Shane Gillis as Trump and
Yeah.
Adam Ray as Biden. And dude,
Yeah.
if you get a chance, watch the first like half of that episode, maybe like the first hour, and dude, it's fucking hilarious.
I
It's
have to
good.
check it out. I've seen little clips on the YouTube Shorts, but I haven't
Of that
seen like
one,
the
yeah,
opening. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But man, I tell you, so this is what's gonna end up happening, right?
Hmm.
I don't. So right now the stocks they're plummeting. I'm sure they're gonna probably bounce back a little bit, but this is kind of one of those. You ever like, twist your ankle, but you didn't break it or anything. You're like, whoa,
But
like
it's
that
gonna
was
come
weird.
back. It's
Yeah, you
I
read.
yeah. I watched a
Yeah,
video that said I think it was Japan. They said in 2007 they haven't raised their interest rates since then. So a lot of these bigwigs would go over there and borrow their shit, and have like money that was cheap in the market and shit.
Yeah.
And they said as of recently, Japan finally fucking did their shit up, and these bigwigs that were using that as like kind of not a loophole, but what I guess it's somewhat of a legal loophole. They're like, oh
Right.
shit, our notes are gonna go up, and our future money that was gonna be on the low is probably not gonna be there. So that's a huge sign as to what you're saying. And another thing was they said Warren Buffett has been over the past like 12 months taking his money out, and then within the past like week or two took like a bunch more money out. So they said that's a
Yeah.
big sign. He's big dog in the fucking stock game. So,
Yeah.
and they said unemployment's steadily on the rise. They said that's another key thing. So all these little
Wait a minute.
indicators.
It can't be. It can't be because I thought the administration took care of that. What's going on there?
Yeah.
That was like their big brag.
What do you mean things are
Employment.
great? Things are great now. It's great. We're doing great.
Yeah. No, you lied because you said it was going to be like 179,000 new jobs, and now we're at like 115. And yeah, so you have that. Yeah, like I said, dude, unemployment is on the rise. You CVS and Walgreens are getting ready to close up to over
You know why?
2,000
Because those
stores.
fucking the prices are astronomical when I go in there, as opposed to
But
like even the competition. Like you go to Dollar General, Walmart, or HEB, compared to like
yeah,
I've gone into CVS or a Walgreens past 2 times within the past year to get like a quick
yeah.
little allergy pills or whatever, and I see the
Mhm.
price and it's like double of what it would be at HEB. And you know what? I
But it
just
can't be, Logan, because the administration fixed it, bro.
Well,
Like,
I
I don't
mean,
understand.
prices are up everywhere, but I'm just saying the CVS and Walgreens I've noticed are like way. I'm like, I wanted to come here because it was convenient in my way, but I'm like, I'll go out of the
Yeah.
way to save like half. But yeah, no, everything's up in general too.
No, Logan, Joe Biden fixed it, bro. You're focusing on the wrong thing, man. Hey, at least now you can wear a dress if you want and not be judged.
I don't know, man.
Hey, this is what I'm saying, okay? I knew inflation was at an all-time high, not even based off my groceries, not even based off my gas tank, but when I went to Golden Chick. And I'll tell you what happened. Okay? 2011, maybe 2010, I get that four-piece tender meal with a drink. Comes with a roll, fries and whatnot. The shit would come out to, I would say, like 6.98. And I was like, oh, like, okay, cool. Bro, that bitch costs like $15 now.
Yeah,
15. I don't even. I'm losing weight by the fucking day, bro. Like I am not even. I used to. You remember we used to go hit up P. Not P. Terry's, but In
in
and
and
Out and
out.
all that shit,
Yeah,
bro. Do you know how much money I spent last month on going out to eat for like work, bro? I think in like fast food, dude. I probably spent like maybe $10.
damn. Yeah, nah, I feel you.
like it's not even funny, bro. Like there's like inflation right now is ridiculous. So this is what's gonna happen. You ready? So the recession is imminent. It's going to happen probably at the beginning of the year. Okay, beginning of the year after. So the elections really kind of sway as
Christmas
to which way
time,
we're going to
Christmas
go.
time.
Oh yeah, fire sale, baby. So this is what's going to end up happening. Massive layoffs are happening. Businesses are going to slow down. Shit's shutting down. Right. Party's over. Right. COVID money. I hope y'all stocked up on it because man, y'all going to need every penny of that bitch. But this is what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of layoffs. You're going to see a housing recession or a housing
Some
bubble
kind of
burst.
housing thing. Yeah,
Something's going to happen
I don't see who can
where
afford to
people,
buy a house anymore.
nobody can, man,
Yeah,
nobody can. Like
yeah,
it's to the point now where it's like I remember my friends even back 2013 like my friends were buying houses. Like I remember
yeah,
all of them were buying houses, and now I'm like
yeah.
I don't see anybody doing
But
that.
continue. Yeah,
Yeah,
keep
it's
going. Keep going.
it's but long story made short, this is where millionaires are going to get made. This is where millionaires are going to get made. When there's blood in the streets, there's opportunity. I'm sure you've heard that before.
Yeah.
So, my position is I'm going to be keeping my ears to the ground. I'm going to be looking for deals. I'm going to be doing stuff that was not prepared for in 2008, 2007 because I was too busy chasing, women and being stupid. But now that I'm educated that I know, bro, I'm digging I'm putting my feet in the dirt, I'm getting muddy, dude. Like this is the time right now where people need to do. This is not a time to freak out, but a time to step up,
Hmm.
boss hog style, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
Hmm. We'll see what
telling you,
happens.
man.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Oh, watch me and my ass get tossed out, man. Fucking did not work. But yeah, man. Like I said, this time this election, bro, has probably been one of the most just
Crazy.
crazy. That's the word. That is the word. Crazy.
Yeah. Do, what are your thoughts on? I don't. How do I want to phrase this? I was gonna ask this earlier. What are your thoughts on Trump not being the Antichrist, but like an Antichrist type character, where he's charming to a lot of certain crowd, especially the
Mm-hmm.
crazier the left gets, the more that moderate people get are like willing to at least vote for him and support
Right.
him on some level. And like you were saying, you know, he said no to certain countries. He had certain good policies, just common sense type things. The economy was better. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where was I going with it? Oh, and then the assassination thing. It's this thing where it like, oh shit, it makes him like real and humanizes him in a way and makes us and a lot of people think, oh, he almost died for us, like he almost died, like it makes him seem like crazy brave and all pumping his fist and shit. It's almost like I feel like a lot of people are being sold on something. You know what I mean? And like we just need to be careful on what we're sold on. I don't think he is the Antichrist because I don't think he's charming enough to really encapsulate everybody. But I think he's one of he's a precursor and he's like a step in that direction. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can see your
Think
point.
if there was a
I can.
world war and a disaster, and then after that Trump was like did something real great. Almost everybody would be
Right.
on his dick at that point.
Well, I mean, at this point, everybody's on his dick. I mean, if you look at
See what I'm
the
saying though?
grocery, if you look at the grocery, let's put it this way: it's one of those things where this is where we're at with it, right? We as citizens and as a country are the abused wife, and he's the ex-husband that used to whoop our ass, but we loved him because he took care of us. You
Right.
know what I mean? And the new
Yeah.
guy that we're with, he's just lazy ass bum that don't do shit around the house, and we gotta clean the mess. And
Mm.
all of a sudden, you know, we don't. We're looking at this motherfucker sitting on the recliner, like you don't do shit. You're a lazy motherfucker, and this and that.
It's
And then
like
we look at the ex-husband, Donnie Trump, right? We look at our ex-husband and we think about all the good times that we had, and we're like, yeah, you know, we got our ass beat, but I mean, at least the bills were paid, and I got to stay home. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But what about did you see the at the Republican convention all the people had the ear patch on? That's almost borderline idol worship.
That was so douchey, bro.
Would they have done that if it was
So
Biden?
douchey.
I don't think they
With
would
Biden?
have. If Biden would have got almost shot and missed his ear and he would have had a patch, would they have all worn a patch like that for him?
Oh my
I don't think
god,
so. You
bro.
know what I mean? It's like a Trump thing. It's like we love you so much that we're gonna imitate what your little. You know what I
But
mean?
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying, though. It's that. But that's what I'm trying to get to. Is like Biden has done such a shitty job
Yeah.
that we appreciate, or at least I say we, but the people that look to Trump, like, man, because you got to think about it for a second, right? Donald Trump, if he would have got his head blown off, one, the Republican Party would have been like, "Oh fuck," because everybody in the Republican side was laying down so he could be the candidate for the Republican Party.
Right.
They they said, "Oh, you're the guy. Here. I will step down. I'm not going against you." Now
Right.
that guy, right, almost got his head blown off. And can you imagine? If he would have got his head blown off on live national television,
Yeah.
what kind of an impact that would have had, not just on the Republican Party, but on the world? Because you got to think, Donald Trump, right, is is the guy that people are really investing their livelihood.
Don't you
I
think it
mean,
already
shit,
was a
there's
big
that.
impact with all that being said?
Yeah, but I think here's the thing: if let's just say he gets chosen to become the next president. and let's just say his policies are in place, and drill baby drill, and economy starts popping back up, right?
Hmm.
And shit's starting to look a little bit more gravy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, man, but if somebody took care of me like that and all that shit, and I had no, and I didn't have any common sense, I'd be like, "Oh, Donald Trump is the fucking god. Like, he's amazing." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'd still have to go to my job. But nonetheless, it's like I think, I think, like I said, people just they have complete admiration for him to the point where it's almost disgusting.
Be careful what you wish for. Just because he's going
Yeah.
against the Democrats and they're evil doesn't automatically make him like Jesus. You know what I mean? Like
No, not
it's
by
like
any,
Jesus
not
went
by
against the
any.
devil because like it was like no almost no one could go against like him on certain level, but it's like this is not that, and like I don't know, he's just being played up to be like the Democrats are so obviously bad that it's not even hard to like be against them. It's like obvious, and
Well,
it's like
this is I'm
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
honest with you. This is the first time I've seen the Democrats like look like they're chicken, like a chicken with their head cut off. I've never seen that political party so disorganized in my life. Like it's literally like watching somebody set up a garage sale every weekend, and we're
Hmm.
just like, I don't know if I want that or this and that. You know what I mean? And we've had this fucking nothing burger served to us for the last 2 3 years that we're sick of it. It's like, man, like
Yeah.
what? Okay, so like I said, Donald Trump, I don't see him as like the holy savior of the world or anything like that. But if he is able to rebound this country to where we were respected, because right now we do not get any fucking respect.
Hmm.
I'll tell you right now, with Donald Trump being when he was president, nobody was fucking with us, bro. Nobody, like nobody fucked with America.
Yeah.
Now, oh my god, like seriously, like this is we're an embarrassment, dude. We're an embarrassment to the fucking world, bro. Like
Hmm.
we are a literal fucking joke. And with Kamala Harris running up as the president or possible president, it's like what we had discovered or what we had found for ourselves with Joe Biden is going to be even worse with her in
Yeah.
in office.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I said, this country is just it's falling apart, and I mean, as much as I really don't really care for politics, it's gonna matter. This turnaround is gonna matter.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the debate? And the Democratic convention still has to happen, right?
They already did. That was when Megan Thee Stallion was popping a cooch.
Oh, okay. Was
Yeah,
Biden out at that point? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
yeah. I
So,
think she's supposed to be announcing her vice president candidate for this week. I think
okay.
whoever supposedly might be Josh Shapiro from was it Baltimore or somewhere over along that coast. He's from up there, but yeah, he that's what people are suspecting.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, she's already got the ticket for it.
So, debate between Trump and Kamala. You ready for that? You think that's gonna happen, or?
Uh, it's gonna be interesting. I almost feel like I this is what again, this is where the fuckery comes into play because I almost feel like they're gonna manipulate Donald Trump's side of the fucking debate.
Hmm.
They're gonna where there's gonna be some bias from the people asking questions, or they're gonna fuck with his mic, or they're gonna do something. But like he's kind of walking. You ever seen the movie Gladiator
Yeah. Yeah.
with Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Remember when he's about to go fight the Emperor and they fucking stab him before he goes to fight, and he's just like,
Yeah.
"This is gonna be that thing." Um, one or two things is going to happen. Either one, Donald Trump is going to ball out and just shit all over Kamala Harris, or two, he's going to put his foot in his mouth. And he's very known to be doing that. Like,
Hmm.
inadvertently, he will say some shit that people are like, they know it, but when they take it out of context, it looks bad.
I
And
mean, I think people
so
are so used to that by now.
they are, but people that are undecided as to where they're going to vote, those types of people are going to be like, well, I don't know if I like what he said about that,
I think that's
So
done, dude. We've been hearing that for like 10, 18 years. I think people are
yeah.
tired of hearing "shame on you, Trump," and the assassination attempt really hit that home. And I think Kamala is going to be the one that we, like you said, we haven't seen anything from her. Wait till we get a good gaff out of her when, because there, it's happened, but wait till it happens and she's the president to be, other than just the vice president in the background. It doesn't really matter. Now that it matters, like you were saying, if she fucks up in the debate or at a time coming up that it matters, that would be the most prominent one I can think of.
Mhm.
I feel like that's gonna have a huge impact because we've seen it all from Trump. We've seen him fuck up, not much, but we've seen him say things he shouldn't have said. I mean, we've seen it all. We've seen him bash people and talk shit and all kind, like everything. But we haven't seen, with all eyes on Kamala on a national stage. If she fucks up, that could be terrible.
I I've seen her get wrecked on several debates,
But not when
and
she's the one, all eyes on her. There's a lot of people that have never seen her talk that are the average
yeah.
American.
Well, they're gonna have their opportunity, and she's gonna, like I said, either Trump is gonna wipe her all over,
I think he's gonna
all
wipe
over
the
the
floor with
floor.
her. Yeah.
I mean, he should, but again, like I said, this is where I'm saying like the cockiness and people that get arrogant, like, oh, he's got this in the bag. Shit, always when we do shit like that, what ends up happening? You know what I mean?
It's good to have
So
confidence, though.
historically speaking, though, Kamala Harris's presidency runs have always been like shit, right? She's always been shit, but
Yeah.
she's always been shit when she's going up against Joe Biden, right? Joe Biden was like the heavyweight guy, so not a lot of people were looking at her. Well, now now that he's out and retiring, she's looking like, oh, okay, well, I mean, she's she kind of knows the ins and outs so far, and you know, like I said, I think people are going to base their vote on, well, it sucks because people are like, I'm voting for her because she's a woman, or I'm voting for her because she's this, and I'm voting for her because she's not, nothing to do with her policies,
Right.
nothing to do with what she's done in the past, nothing as to how she got to where she's at, none of that, just simply because she's a female.
Hmm.
Like
What does that tell you?
that, people are dumb. People are dumb. People are dumb, and they would
What do you think about what I
willingly.
used to say? We live in the like a we live in a feminist society like that's more led by women than men now.
Well, I would say that, but there are a lot of women that are also voting for Donald Trump because they have what we call common sense. And, I mean, I still think that again, the feminist movement or whatever, like, I don't, I don't necessarily know kind of who they're really about other than what we know them
You
for.
think it's starting to die
But
out a
like,
little, maybe?
well, here's my thing. I think a lot of people are just sick and tired of just the bullshit, the
Yeah.
cancel culture and stuff like that. Like it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, enough's enough. And but like I said, when people vote for somebody because they're a girl or whatever, I'm like, that's literally has nothing to do with it. Because if what she's doing is wrecking your opportunity to improve your life, then what are you doing? What are you voting for?
Hmm.
Um, that's like me. I'll put it this way. That's like me voting for somebody because they're Mexican. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, a lot of
But
people voted for Obama because he was black.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
that was what, almost 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
and he didn't do anything. Chicago's
I
still wrecked.
mean,
That's his hometown.
I will say Obama is, since I've been alive, is the president that I think was the best. But I mean, that's not saying much.
He was a good talker, bro.
Yeah, he made
That's
it
what
look
he
and
was
sound
doing.
good.
That's that's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? But it's like they say. You can polish a turd as much as you can
He
polish a
made it
turd all
look good,
day,
didn't
but
he?
but at the end of the day, it's still shit.
Yeah.
So Um, there's again, like I said, look, the bottom line is this: all presidents fail one way or another. Some presidents have some victories that are like, okay, cool. Well, maybe he wasn't good, but he did this and that. We can't really say much for Biden. Now, people would say, well, the economy, where's the economy? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's easy to raise the economy and the unemployment when the bar was set so low. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. After
It,
COVID, there was, I mean, that kind of helped to make it look good for a while, but
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. Like I said, hopefully for the sake of the country, Kamala doesn't win. But if she does, we are going to be heading into some rough times. And I don't know necessarily what's to come because as far as I know, I mean, she's from Cali. We know how we feel about folks that are from Cali with their with their ways that they and which is ironic because a lot of those folks flee to states like Texas and Florida to get away from those types of things.
Let me say this real
And
quick and join the other people who have brought this up. Fuck you, Kamala Harris, because you locked all those people up for smoking weed and way longer than they should have been. And when she's asked if she ever smoked, she did this old witch cackle that she goes, "Oh yeah, I smoked weed." I wish I could slap the shit out of you. Walk the plank, bitch.
yeah,
I got
well,
half a
like I
mind to go
said,
off on Snoop Dogg too. I don't know how I feel about that weirdo anymore. Everyone thinks he's the Olympic
well,
mascot. He's a little fucking fairy. Mr. 3-2, say
well,
Snoop Dogg a hoe.
man,
I might be on that
yeah,
train
dude.
too. Fuck Snoop Dogg.
I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a crazy world we live in, bro. It's a crazy world we live in. But like I said, this presidency is one of those things where it's like, yeah, it can make or break the country. And like I said, 2007, 2008, I was 20 years old, didn't have a care in the world. I didn't have kids. You know what I mean? I just had like my first job really, and I didn't realize the pressures that my parents were going through at that time because I just really didn't care.
Mhm.
Now, fast forward to now, and I'm like, if we had a recession, like, am I have to get a third job? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You
what's
know what I
going
mean?
on?
So, granted, both of my jobs right now, have been taking care of me, but and it's of course it's like when once I get my journeyman license, it's gonna be a different story. But for now, it's kind of one of those just biting the bullet type shit. But I look at where I'm at right now, and I'm like, okay, I know my parents did it. I can do it too. You know, I'm
Mm,
glad I'm not lazy. I'm a hardworking motherfucker, and
yeah.
I'll do what I got to do to make ends meet. But for the other people out there, those lazy, no goal having motherfuckers that are just out there, you know, doing whatever. It's like, man, I feel bad for y'all because, man, bro, if you're broke and not motivated and have a girlfriend, you are not gonna have her when this recession hits, bro. You
I
are.
don't think that's a thing, but you nailed it. If it's a thing, it's soon to be not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you're a broke motherfucker, like what is it, Tyrese on Baby Boy? If that's you, if you're Jody, and you are living off your girlfriend and all that shit, bro, you can kiss that goodbye because she's not gonna be with you.
We need to be like TK Kirkland said. You don't need to go on a date or pursue a young lady, as he would say, unless you have five. You know how he talks. Vlad, we have to tell these young people you shouldn't even be going on a date with a young lady if you don't have five to
Bro,
$10,000 in your bank account. And I fucking co-sign that. If you don't have $5,000 in your bank account or savings, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like
bro,
that's probably not even enough, but that is a very basic emergency fund for yourself.
yeah,
What if you get this young lady pregnant, Vlad? But it's real. It's like you were saying, if you don't have any goals or aspirations, who are we to say? But you probably shouldn't be dating. Like, I don't know, and that's a whole other thing. But it's
but
just
you don't deserve to be fucking. We'll put you that you can't afford to fuck.
and that's
Like,
I think like you said, it's already bearing out, but that's gonna bear out even more. You're gonna see it even more. Broke motherfuckers ain't gonna get any play, and we'll just see how that happens, or like kind of what the effect of that is. But
oh, I can tell you, it's gonna be a bunch of dudes fucking each other because they couldn't afford a female.
yeah, yeah, wow.
But like I said, man, I think
We
for
see this.
for
Let me ask you
this,
this real quick. We see this trend of like all these girls on OnlyFans. Do you see in that continue, or do you see in that kind of tapering off a little bit? Because
hmm,
that's this kind of thing where these women don't get with these brokies because they don't want them, like you were just saying, but they'll happily take their $5 a week or $10 a month or what the fuck ever it may be. They'll happily take a
yeah,
little a little chunk of their weekly or monthly money, and that's
yeah,
happening enough to where enough whatever you can just look up the stats. Maybe I should go over it one day, but there's thousands of dollars amongst all these girls that's being made. Do you see that? Even a lot of like, you know, do you see that tapering off or not really? It's just
I see. I see OnlyFans lasting another couple years.
because it's
I
an
don't
interesting
see it.
transaction where now they're not really dating as much, but they're still getting that transaction. Because it used to be the woman would you would be with the woman and y'all would have sex and then you would protect and provide for her, but now the women are just like extracting the resource and not really having sex or like
Yeah.
intimacy with the man.
But what happens though? What happens?
In the end, they're
There's
probably
that.
both sad, but in the short term the women have the resources which they enjoy.
I'll put you this way: pretty faces come a dime a dozen. So while this
Yeah,
girl might be getting $5 from this guy, he's gonna see another chick, and he's like, in subscription, I'm going
right.
to
It's
this
only
one.
so long and their time is fleeting, like you said. By the time they get to 30 or 35 they're kind of
Bro, that blown out fucking pastrami sandwich is gonna be so dry. They're
yeah,
gonna need lotion just to fucking slide into their pants. Like
yeah.
I like I said, man, I think the next 5 to 10 years is gonna be a very interesting time for this country. I think a lot of folks are gonna be. I think a lot of folks are gonna come to their senses
I
because they're
think
gonna
we
be
should
forced
normalize
to.
sister wives,
So, man, I've
multiple
been
wives.
trying to
If
tell my
you're
girl
if
that.
yeah, if you're there's so many losers and shit, and there's all these women without men. If you're a man that's worth it, you should be able to. Maybe not, maybe it's not, but I think it should be practiced more and see the results. And maybe it's a bad idea, but it's like with all these losers and all this shit, we'll see what happens. I think technology would have to take a setback for that to happen because I think with anyway, we'll see. That'd be kind of like a drastic pushback to the way things are now, but I don't really see it happening. But it'd be interesting to see that an experiment and see what the results would be. But
You know what I would love to see is the man and the woman stay together. Like marriage, make marriage cool again. You know what I mean?
you
Like
have to make it beneficial for the man because it's really not legally wise.
legally wise, sure,
And then
it,
because a key part of the relationship back in the day was the man going to work and providing, and the woman stayed home. And now that the women work, that just kind of taken away. I watched a guy talk about this that wasn't really wasn't red pill at all. Was totally not. He
yeah,
was from England, and anyway, he was just saying men feel like they don't have a role anymore because if they don't provide, that's taken like a huge part of their role, and now they feel like, well, what do I do? And like women, a
yeah,
lot of them have this "I don't need a man" attitude, which, regardless of what you think of that, it's like it's prevalent in one way or another. Some more aggressive and passive aggressive, and some not even at all. They just kind of feel like I'm gonna provide for myself, and if it happens, it happens. But it's made men feel like, well, what do we do now? Because like you said, a lot of men are struggling, or if they're just making the same as their
mhm,
woman counterpart, it takes away a lot of the incentive for to get with a man. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, the thing is this, here's the thing: is like shit's expensive nowadays. You need literally two people to keep the house afloat. Back in the day, things weren't as crazy, right? Things weren't
Yeah.
as crazy as expensive, and the man could go out there and provide on a single job and this and that. Things are different, and that's just the society we live in today. Um, Now, when I say make marriage cool, I mean like when you get married, you stay together, try to work shit out or whatever. But of course, things happen. I'm just saying, it almost would make it beneficial for the American family to just stick together and like they did back in the days, in the 40s and the 20s. But then again, those were times when dudes would beat their wives' ass too. So
So let me ask you this:
um,
would you promote, or would you be in favor, or would you advocate for remaining a virgin until marriage?
uh, for both men and women,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean it would improve the STD rate from it would decrease the amount of
Hmm.
STDs and stuff like that. The only issue that I think would happen though that I can see is like where it would be weird is you have somebody that's a virgin and then you have another couple that's a virgin and it's like it's like trying to do your first slow dance,
Oh, what do you mean?
like. like you
How
ever
would you
try to
know if
ride
you're
a
sure
bike?
making the right move with the right person or what?
That and just having sex. I mean, dude, like it takes like you can't. Sex is. Let me put it. How do I put it this way?
Takes a while to get good, but I
Sex,
mean that's fine. You get good with your partner, and then that would just be fine.
true, but then what ends up happening if it's like they don't. I don't know.
If you didn't know any
I put,
better, that would be fine,
let me
probably.
ask you this, Logan. How many times have you put in a breaker into a panel and it just didn't work well?
I put
You
my
know what
breaker
I
in one time,
mean?
and it felt terrible.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's always that faulty one, and you're just like,
yeah,
you want to. But I'm just being silly. But like I
yeah.
said, I think, I mean, I would promote it. But then again, people were like, "Oh, you're a hypocrite. You didn't wait till you're married." Blah, 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 blah."
Right,
Yeah, I know. That's the reason why I'm promoting it
right.
because I know what's out there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, I think, like I said, man, I think that would be good.
I would just tell people
Um,
like think about the times that you run into your ex and you're like, just imagine not having to deal with that. And I mean, there's other benefits, but it's like because you know deep down that like you having sex with that person and then y'all not really being connected anymore is kind of like it doesn't sit right with you on some level. Because years later, you
mhm.
don't really care anymore on like an awkward level, but something about it is like it's probably not the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like you just don't want to be throwing your dick out there,
But it's
and
more than that because it I just want to because I feel like I've heard a lot of the same old shit. But to the young people, I would just say like it's deeper, like a soul thing. You don't want to have not that you have soul ties type shit, but like I don't know. You just don't want to like you don't know how you impact others when you have sex with them and like all this shit, and you just don't want to like I don't know. I'd be happier if my body count was lower. Let me just put it that way. You know, and it's not that
I
high, but
yeah, I would just say this: if you don't like pimples on your dick, then don't be doing
nah, it's not
it.
even about that. You know,
Oh, it is for me
like my
because
body count's only around like maybe 10 or like so like maybe 10, 11, 12 or roughly like it's not like crazy to where I would be having that kind of STDs and like any shit like
yeah,
that, but it's I don't know. Maybe I'm different, but like I just yeah, I don't know. It's better off to like
mine
save it for someone
mine's
special, and that
only
sounds cheesy, but
yeah,
yours
mine's
only
only
two.
two.
Oh yeah, 72.
God damn, bro, 72, dude, that's wild, bro.
Dang.
Nah, no, I like I said, man, I think at this time it's just kind of like yeah, we almost have to revamp everything, dude. I think it's getting ready time to hit that reset button and just say, look,
Mm,
guys, men, get your asses to work. Enough of this bullshit of what like it's almost like that we have to go back in time and I always remembered you telling me like like we're the hardworking men, like there's no such thing anymore, like everybody wants to. I get it now, especially when I'm out here like on my job sites, and I'm like, damn, now I see exactly what Logan's talking about, bro. Because there's people out there that don't do shit, and I'm like, God damn, how are you still alive? But it's time to for the men to go back out there and be men, right?
even the men
Uh,
that are men though and work those like hard jobs, they're not really respected as they should be.
that well, I'll say this: they're respected by the men that understand. The guys that don't understand, they don't care about their opinions because they're too busy with their head in the computer.
But
You
neither
know
do
what
the
I mean?
women.
Like,
So it's like the few of the women care, and the men. It's just yeah,
oh, they care. Trust me, because who do you think they call to swap out that light fixture or the ceiling fan or or they don't call the IT guy. they don't
yeah.
call they don't
But
call the strip club.
you're just like a serf to them. It's like fix my thing, slave, and then I'll pay you the measly $200 or whatever, and you'll be on your way.
I mean, if that's what it is, that's fine. They
That's
got
what
my
it is.
money. They got their fan and buy. You know what I mean? You're not my girl, but thank you
Yeah,
for the
yeah, no,
money.
yeah.
But like I said, it's one of those things where I think, like I said, it's gonna come full circle to where if Kamala Harris does win, the men are gonna be the ones to run the show now.
Really?
The guys, oh
Oh,
yeah,
I don't see that at
yeah,
all, bro.
yeah, because this economy is gonna fuck up so bad, people aren't gonna know what to do. They're gonna look to whoever. But again, when you realize that people don't give a fuck about your emotions, they don't care about your pronouns, or they don't care about any of that shit, and you're sitting there like, why the fuck are they?
Don't care about your kids, your baby
They
daddy.
don't give a fuck.
I
Hey,
hope
you
you
know
starve to
what?
death.
Hey, I'm sorry. I have to repo your vehicle because you haven't made your payments. I'm gonna have to repo it, and that happens. Oh, you didn't pay your house bill, or you didn't pay your mortgage for the last 6 months. Bye. Oh, you got 5 kids. That sucks. Bye. Oh, damn. Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, you got a flat tire. Damn. Well, I can do it for you for $300. Bye. Okay. Bye. What's gonna end up happening is people are gonna, like I said,
Mm,
they're gonna put her in the driver's seat, and they're gonna realize how shitty
terrible she
she's
is.
gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a shit show. And like I said, the guys that are not afraid to get out there and work those hours, that aren't afraid to get their hands dirty, that aren't afraid to do the shit that they got to do, they're gonna persevere. And the guys that were broke boys, like I was saying earlier, and they're gonna be in for a rude awakening, brother.
Yeah, I hope so. I think there's been people saying that for a minute, but it would be nice for things to kind of get back to a nice middle ground, the
Yeah,
craziness to
I
kind of
feel
get back to center.
I feel like we had somewhat of that during the Trump presidency. Like I said, I know there was a lot of crazy shit that was going on during that presidency, but I mean, bro, my fridge was looking full. I didn't have to worry about gas. I mean, shit was pretty gravy, bro.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It'll be interesting. That's when a lot of the LBGT stuff got pushed through, though,
yeah,
on
and
the
and
low,
and
and that's
then
when BLM was around. But that could have been something that was well, we know that wasn't organic, so that's pretty much been hashed
yeah,
out.
I mean, like I said, everything that has that has been counterintuitive to building our country has been primarily through the Biden administration. And like I said, it's just it's a circus show, and right now, he's the ringleader. Actually, he's not even the ringleader. I don't know where the fuck he is anymore because I felt like we used to see Biden all the time. You know what I mean? Like riding his stupid bicycle
Huh?
or doing something. You know what I
Huh?
mean? Like we used to see him all the time. Now, dude, like I think I've only seen him twice since he got COVID. And I mean, he's nowhere to be seen.
He
He
came down
doesn't
to
really
Austin and
seem.
fucked the traffic up real good. Thanks, asshole. If that's all you can do for us, just stay the fuck out.
Bro, actually, I think it was. So we went to the South Padre Island over the weekend, and I hadn't been to South Austin in probably since last year.
Dang.
And damn, dude, like the bridge, they're already starting to work on the upper deck, on 35. I was like, damn, okay. So, um, yeah, man, Austin's growing up, and
It's
yeah,
been grown.
yeah, no, it has, it has, and just
They need to
I
catch that
wasn't.
Rainy Street fucking killer down there.
Oh, you mean that APD officer that knows what he's doing? That's my prediction on
Where's
that.
Batman when you need him?
Batman. Where is he? I don't know.
Paging
He's
G
not here,
Dollar, paging G Dollar and Gator to Rainy Street.
bro. I am telling you right
You want
now,
to be
it's
a
gonna
hood
be
hero? Kill this motherfucker.
it's an Austin police officer, bro.
I know a couple of gay people that I get to suck your dick.
Whoa, pause.
That's what everyone's into now, right?
Oh god, what is it? Sometimes saying no homo is just not enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's my prediction is that it's an Austin police officer. He's gonna get found, but I'm calling that right now. There's no way you get away with that many bodies. Like I could say, like I said, I could see maybe a couple bodies, right? But generally speaking, when there's 2 or 3 bodies, like if there's one dead body, it's like, oh man, like it could be anything. Two, you're like, okay, you don't raise an eyebrow. Three, after that, bro, you're like, okay, we have a bona fide
Yeah.
serial killer. What's happening? But yeah, like I said, I that's my prediction. It's an Austin police officer.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't go down the rain. I don't go downtown at all, dude. To be honest with you,
Really?
yeah.
Stay away
But
from there.
that's just, oh, dude, I'm too old for that. When I was in my 20s, I'd be down there all the time. But I'm at that age now where my plantar fasciitis will act up, and I couldn't be. I can't walk. I can't walk there anymore.
Shit. Well,
But
anything else you want
yeah,
to talk
man.
about?
Ah, man, I'm good, brother. I'm about to get ready to go to sleep, man. I got school tomorrow. Um, but yeah, bro, it was good catching up with you on this. We'll have to do it again soon.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully before the election, because like I said, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some more fuckery on the way. But like I said, it's gonna be a close race. It's gonna come down to one state. It's gonna be either the Michigan or Georgia, possible Florida, like you said,
Hmm.
and it's gonna come down to it. And I think she's gonna end up winning it.
I think
Mark
Trump's
my
gonna
words.
win. Um,
By a landslide, or you think it's gonna be close?
hard to say, but I think he'll win. I could just with the shooting. I think with her being so new, once she has a gap or two under her belt, everyone's seeing everything under the sun as far as Trump goes. So I just
Yeah,
think if he, especially if he nails the debate, which I don't, I could not see it going any other way.
yeah,
Um, but I think it's all the same team, so their common goal is just like chaos, and yeah, I just if a recession or something or a major depression or something big like that happens, I'd hate to see it because I don't know how fast the bounce back would be, and I don't know how well we would handle it. So I think it is gonna happen, but I just don't want to see it. I don't think most people are ready because most people aren't even the things we're talking about. Most people are not keen to or talking about. I mean, everyone's talking about the Trump shooting, but I didn't know about the stock market thing. And most people, when you bring up shit like this, even if you do bring it up to them, they're like, "Oh, whatever." They just like blow it off or have some lame excuse why it's not gonna happen. And it's like sooner or later, this shit's gonna, the facts we
yeah,
talked about earlier. We talked about it all earlier, but the unemployment going up, the Chinese thing, Warren Buffett pulling out, all these little indicators that something's gonna happen. So,
yes. As they say, history has a strange way of repeating itself, man.
yep.
That's what it
So,
is.
yeah, it was good to have you on, and hopefully we'll have you on within the next week or two or something pretty soon, and we can talk about whatever's popping. And yeah, it'd be good to have you on. So, anything you want to
Appreciate
say
it, bro.
before we sign
Appreciate it.
off?
Yeah, man. Don't forget to cop the new album, Trump, Trump, Trump. I'm just kidding.
Shit.
No. If there's anything I gotta say is take this election seriously, take everything into consideration, and yeah, just uh, prepare. What is it? Hope for the best, prepare, but prepare for the worst.
Yep. Get close
So
to God. That's all it's gonna help you.
really close.
So, all right. Well, appreciate you having Josh on, and I guess till next time, Josh
All
and
right,
Logan.